Hi everyone, this is AC Fast Fab and I'm gonna start a series of tutorials about making tracks for Assetto Corsa. So the video are gonna be a little bit long, even if don't be afraid, it's fairly easy stuff. So don't worry. First, I apologize for my accents. As you may understand, I'm not a native English speaker, so I apologize if sometimes I'm searching for my words or like I make mistakes. I apologize in advance. So first, I will say that I'm gonna use mainly two softwares, which are 3ds Max and Photoshop. But we're not making like very complicated stuff with them. So I think if you use free alternate software like Blender, GIMP, etc., watching those tutorials will still be valid, since we're not gonna use like very specific function of the softwares, like making objects and tracks are kind of basic stuff. However, if you never used like a 3D software or a 2D software, I might strongly advise you to at least like follow beginner course for if you want to use Blender or 3ds Max. Follow beginner course for Blender and 3ds Max before going into making your first racetrack, because we're not gonna use like race building tools or automatic tools, because this is not the way you're making good track. You're just making like fast and average track with it, and this is not what those series of video are aiming for. Like over the course of, I don't know, like 5 or 6 months, I'm gonna show you how to make a good tracks from A to Z. So that disclaimer out of the way, we're gonna start. So first I'm gonna make, I think, a round of 4 videos to have the very simple and simplistic track up and running, where we cover all the basic stuff to be able to race around the track with like AI and having basic function of the track working. So in the first video we're gonna see the folder structure. In the second video we're gonna use 3ds Max to make some 3D mesh and see the naming convention for the meshes to have it works in the Assetto Corsa editor. In the third video we're gonna open the Assetto Corsa editor and see how it works, and how to like very basic stuff about setting up materials and saving a file that Assetto Corsa understand. And in the fourth video we're gonna try to add some functionality, like making the interactive map of the track to follow your follow your cars around the track, and mostly doing the AI lanes, so you can race against AI on your track. So first we're gonna see how the folder of Assetto Corsa, the track folders of Assetto Corsa are built. We're gonna make one of our own and personalize it. So you go in your Steam apps folder, where you install the game, but for most of them it's gonna be like Steam apps, common, Assetto Corsa, content, and the tracks are obviously in tracks. So to look at an example, we're gonna look at a very simple track from Kunos, which is the drift track, which have all the basic stuff, even more. So this is a track. The track have to have its own folder. So this one is drift, and then inside you, most of the time, like all the time, you will have a AI folder, which contains the fast lane and the pit lane, so the AI know how to behave on your track. You have the data folder, where you have the specific audio configuration for your track, the camera sets for the replay, the light direction of your track, etc. I'm not gonna cover all of them now. You don't need all of them, and on other tracks there are even more kind of files. The one you're gonna really need at first is the surface ini, and later we're gonna add, just for the basic stuff of the four video I told you about, we're gonna end up with only the surface ini and the map ini. Then you have the UI. UI, it's really easy. So I'm gonna open the content manager. So I'm using the content manager as a main interface for Assetto Corsa, but if you use the Kunos interface for Assetto Corsa, it's gonna be the exact same thing. So drift up. I'm gonna select the good one. So this folder is really easy. The outline is the small PNG picture that will appear here. The preview is the background. I'm gonna close it. Sorry. And this file gonna have all the information, the name, description, the tags. Maybe you can add the geo tag, like if you have value for latitude, longitude, the country, city, the length and width, the number of pit box. For example, this one is very important because you will have to, in your main file, have the matching pits position and start grid position. But this file contain. So I'm using like the basic Windows Notepad to open those files. By the way, it's really very simple stuff. It's not programming. What I'm about to say is very important too. Like, those tutorials are really beginner friendly. There is no programming. Obviously, if you want to mod tracks, you better have the basics of Photoshop or 2D software and the basic of 3D software like Blender or 3ds Max, as I said. Otherwise, there will be no programming or stuff like that. Sometimes I'm gonna open like text files, but it's always very explanatory and there is no like programming involved. So you can see like those information here, they're gonna appear here. And it's the same if you use like the Assetto Corsa main interface, the one from Kunos. Then you will have the main file, the KN5 file. This is the file that contains all the meshes, the textures, like all the track, and we need the Assetto Corsa editor to output this file. The map file is a bigger version of the one in the UE. This is the one that appear on the when you're driving and that show your car or going around the track, show your position, and with the map like following your car and rotating with the direction of your car. That map is linked to the map ini here that's tell him how where is the start point, extra, to have the map configuration really nice. Don't worry, this file is gonna be generated automatically by an app in Assetto Corsa. Don't worry for that. And that's pretty much it. From now we're not gonna look at that ini file. It's not important for your first track. So we're gonna start to make our first test track. So we're gonna make the folders for it, like the folder structure. So it's gonna appear in the content manager and see how it's done. So we're gonna just like simply copy paste to drift. Have a drift copy. So we're gonna rename it test track. I'm gonna name 0.1 for example. Inside it, I'm gonna remove the AI lane. I'm gonna remove everything except surfaces. I'm gonna remove the KN5, the map, and the modality. And in UI, we're gonna start by changing those. Oh, the tags are not important. We can leave like you can put like your country and your city if you want, no problem. Lanes, we're gonna leave those all those things. We're gonna change that to 12 because we're gonna make a 12-bit box track. We will change those information later if we have to. Save. We're gonna change the preview file. So it's a fixed resolution. It has to be like 355 by 200. What I'm gonna do, erase track green. Right. Test track. A little outline just for the where it's suffering. I have multi-screens configuration and sometimes Photoshop. Huh. Where is the Windows? Oh, it's okay, we're gonna stay like that. Test track, so going to save it. Gonna replace it. Preview. Tack. Close it. Then we're gonna open this one, the outline. Just delete the thing. I'm gonna just put like a very basic ellipse or whatever. It's just for testing purpose. I'm gonna make a stroke 6 pixel white. I would gladly use. Wait a second. It's not working. I'm gonna have to solve that problem after. So it's fine. We're gonna save as a PNG the outline. Okay. Gonna close it. So now we have the preview PNG, the outline, and we change a little bit information here. The data, we have the surface, and AI, we have nothing. We're gonna look at it. Tarmac, curb, it's fine. We will copy, actually we're gonna do it now. We're gonna copy, like, we're gonna remove the drift. We're gonna write test. We're gonna keep the curve, and so we're gonna try to copy the grass. From another racetrack. I'm using Toscana, but maybe we're gonna use like another track, one you have from Kunos. So Facini, we're gonna search for grass or something. We're gonna need the pit. So it's surface, so you can see like 0, 1, 2, you have to respect the order. Do we have grass? Maybe this is grass. I think those one are grass. But I'm not sure, so I'm gonna try to find from another track. Let's see, cut grass, cut concrete. So I think we have grass here. Copy it here. So we're just gonna cut it pass. And so in that track specifically, it was for when you cut the grass that is out. So if this valid track is 0, I'm gonna just put it like 1 for us right now for test purpose. We're gonna rename this test. So we have like 0, 1, 2, 3. With the pit, the grass, the curb, and the tarmac, we're good to go. So now remember, this file is the one we made in test track. It's in data, this one. So I'm gonna save it. And now, if I open the track manager, I'm looking for a track. I should have a track that say test track. Oh, I have 2 of them because there's another one that I use, but it's that one. It's a new one that just appeared. If I click on it, see, we have our green background, the outline, and the information we entered, and the name here, test track. So we can actually select it. We will not be able, don't press go or drive because there is no track, there is no KN5 file here. So, but you can see that we did everything we need to have our track appear in the Assetto Corsa interface. So now we're gonna go to the next video and start making a track. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next video.